This evening's teams are as follows, starting with Canberra Croatia. Number 2, David Shashelia. Number 1, Jampel Dorage. Number 3, Harrison Palic. Number 4, Matthew Goessa. Number 5, Lasse Ulrich. Number 6, Ryan Kerr. Number 7, Marco Jardic. Number 8, Shandon Whitehead. Number 9, Thomas James. Number 11, Jason Ogrenich. Number 13, Riley Zuzar. Number 16, Andrea Rakic. Number 19, Tony Spaseski. Number 20, Anthony Rakic. Number 21, Michael Piccolo. Number 10, Daniel Calder-Taldo. Number 22, Nicola Yadarich. Number 23, Andy Sarkosa. The players representing the Tigers are Noam Stein-Acker, Michael Southam, Marko Milistinovic. Number 6, Joshua Milistinovic. Number 7, Andrew Polwick. Number 8, Samuel Witter. Number 9, David Owusu. Number 10, Aiden Milistinovic. Number 11, Augustine Banduro. Number 14, Ulu Choi. Number 18, Angus Pipkin. Number 19, Zach Chadwick. Number 20, Jack Byton. Number 22, Ben Barber. Number 27, Angus Wade. And number 99, Wilhelm Lejeune. Your match officials are Bruno Kennel, Joshua Ida, and Harold Spanner.
Hello and welcome to the Men's National Premier League Charity Shield here at Stryda Park. It's Canberra Croatia taking on Tigers FC in this match, supported by Josh for Hearts Foundation, a charity established in honour of Joshua Ogans, a massively talented and passionate member of the Canberra football community who tragically passed away at 14 after cardiac arrest. It was established by his parents Ty and Joe so that no other parent has to endure what they endured. The foundation is working to screen young athletes' hearts and educate communities to recognise and respond when every second counts. So a very good cause for this game between arguably the two best teams in the National Premier League men's last season. Canberra Croatia finished as league champions. Tigers FC, though, having finished second, won the grand final against Monero Panthers 3-0. A convincing display that day. And they go head-to-head here. These two met 4 times in 2025. In round 5, Tigers were victorious 2-1 winners. Croatia won the next two. Round 12, 4-0 winners. In round 19, 2-1 winners. Before, in the qualification final, Tigers upset the league champions Canberra Croatia with a 3-2 victory. So Croatia will be out for revenge here, having won the league, having won the Australia Cup qualifying tournament as well. They were robbed of a third potential trophy. Previous Charity Shield last season was won by O'Connor Knights against Gungahlin United. So Canberra Croatia haven't won it since 2023. First chance for them to right that wrong.
His passing left an unimaginable void.
Joined
His impact reaches
by Sam
the field or court.
Thanks, Sam. Commentary. Sam, welcome to this one. Big game for these two. We're just going to pause for a minute's silence for Josh Ogans. So minute silence observed for Josh Ogun's game played today in his memory. We'll get to starting lines, but first, sorry, Sam got cut off there. I'm joined by Sam's grey direct. Sam, welcome back. We're here for the National Premier League Men's Charity Shield. How excited are you for this one?
I'm very excited, Sam. So that's Sam Watson as well. Thank you so much for the co-commentator. We've just come off a brilliant game with the women's. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, I won't spoil it, but it was an absolute cracker. And now we get to see two titans of Canberra football competing for an excellent cause, must be said. I love the message of Joshua Hart's taking something that is a true tragedy and then turning it into a true charity. Is a fantastic reason to be out for a bit of football. We've got a great crowd as well. I think the biggest thing for me is watching Croatia. They obviously made it to the championship. Some disappointment there with not making it into the finals, but I think a really good showing for a Canberra side in their first national competition. And they're up against Tigers, who was last season's premiers, but are missing some very key players. That's the nature of Canberra football, unfortunately. But I'm really excited to see what will they do in the absence of William Acklow, who was an absolute star last season.
Yeah, Akio was a big player for them, a player who turned up for them on grand final day with 2 goals to seal that game. Tigers have signed plenty of interesting players, but we'll start with the Canberra Croatia lineup. In goal, they named number 30, John Pel Dorji. It's a back 4. Number 8, Shandon Whitehead at left back. Number 5, Lasse Ulrich, partnering number 4, Matti Godebescher in the centre of defence. At right back, number 2, David Sheshlia. In midfield, it's a 3, number 6, Ryan Keir, their captain. He sits behind number 21, Michael Piccolo, and number 22, Niki Jartric. Up front, on the left, number 9, Thomas James returns. On the left, number 3, Harrison Palic. And through the middle, number 10, Daniel Colbertaldo. On the bench, number 20, Anthony Rakic. Number 13, Riley Zuza. Number 7, Marko Jadric. Number 18, Andy Sakalos. And number 11, Jason Ugrinic. That's the team. Dean Ugrinic names for Tigers FC. Their coach, Ali Efe, names number 99, William Lejeune in goals. Defenders, number 27, Angus Wales. Number 3, Michael Southam. And number 4, Marko Milutinovic. Midfielders, number 7, Andrew Pawiak. Number 18, Angus Pitkin. And their captain, number 8, Sam Whittier. As well as number 10, Aidan Milicevic. Up front, Unwood Choi, their number 14. Number 9, David Owusu through the middle. And number 22, Spencer Barber on that left-hand side. On the bench, number 2, Noah Steinacker. Number 6, Joshua Milicevic. Number 11, Augustin Bangura. Number 20, Jack Bitani. And number 19, Zach Chadwick. Our referees are Bruno Kell in the middle, assisted by Joshua Iser, and their assistant 2, Harold Spanner. Just about to get underway. Sam, what stands out to you from the teams on the field?
Look, it'll be a test of the product that we see on the field for both teams. I was speaking with Dean, the Croatian men's coach, before the game, and he sees this as another game, a preseason friendly that he doesn't have to organize. But I can tell that there's going to be a little bit of competition between these two teams. In terms of the styles, I'm curious to see how Tigers deals with the aggression from Croatia, and I'm also curious to see how Tigers can break through what was a really strong defense last season.
Yep, certainly was. Plenty of new faces for Tigers FC. That whole front line brand new. Unwood Choi on the ball here, looking to shut down Seshlio, who gets the ball in. Cleaned up by Andrew Pawiak. Up looking for Spencer Barber, who's a player to watch. David Owusu, but Spencer Barber offers plenty of pace, we're told. Unwood Choi, a player they signed from the lower divisions in Korea. And number 9, David Owusu, played plenty of football in the English lower leagues. He's actually joined from NPL Tasmania. So plenty of new faces, plenty of familiar faces too. In that back line, particularly Sam Whittier, partnering number 4, Marko Milutinovic. And Angus Wales, who was playing 23s football last season, in the back. Tigers FC getting forward early on. So really exciting to see what all these new players can bring. Aidan Milicevic as well. It's that front kind of part of the field where there's so many new faces for Tigers.
And that's the thing. When you have a new front line or just a new group of players in roughly the same area, what you want is an experienced player near them to be able to settle them, keep them into the style of play of the club that they're now in. I wonder if there'll be any language barrier with Choi, if he's been mostly playing in Korea and things like that. He'll obviously be high quality. Both of these sides are going to be high quality top to bottom, front to back.
That's it. Powiak on the ball here, looking for Southam. Spencer Barber making the run off that right-hand side. Owusu trying to link up with Barber. The pass overhit. Tigers getting forward early. An early touch as well for Jean-Pierre Dorji in the net for Croatia. Big moment for him. Starting for the first grade side. Played predominantly 23s last season after coming in mid-season. And Wu Choi faced by Matt Gödebischer. Leaves it for David Sheshlier.
It will also be good to see players like Owusu. He played in completely different areas.
Might be a chance here though for Croatia. Thomas James driving away. He's a very quick player. Seen off though by Southam. Not the player you want to give the ball away to. Thomas James, the NPL Men's Player of the Season last campaign. 23 assists in the league. The most in the league by 14. So the undisputed really best player in 2025. He did move to Wollongong Wolves for the Australian Championship, but he's back in Croatia colours.
I think you might have a few people arguing with you over undisputed best player, but most of them are on the field right now, so they probably can't hear you.
Here's Shandon Whitehead. Looking for Michael Piccolo with a bit of room to have a go. Easily claimed in the end by William Lejeune in the net for Tigers.
Lejeune is looking really steady at the moment. I feel like he will be tested today, and you can already see that he's commanding, he's controlling the back line as well to make sure everyone's got the right space. I really love Southam. He's already pushing up. This is how he got all of those assists, but he is back when he needs to defend.
Well, here's the pace early from Barber. Owusu making up ground in the middle. The cutback's on, and it's cleared by Sheshlier, but there's just a glimpse into the pace that Spencer Barber will offer. Owusu with a little shove, and Bruno Kell gives a free kick the way of Canberra Croatia. But what a weapon Tigers have on that right wing.
Choi was just a little late on that run, but if he'd been a step or two closer to the goal, that would have been an absolute screamer.
Yeah, would have been. So free kick for Jean-Pierre Dorji. It goes looking for Daniel Colbertaldo, deployed as a central attacker in this game. Hassan Palic contesting as well. Owusu back for Wales, making the step up. Of course, they have Noah Steinacker on the bench, one of their key performers in 2025. Southam Milicevic. Exchange with Barber. A trip from Brian Keir, I believe. Tigers not happy with that tackle.
They want a card for that. Honestly, with Barber's pace, sometimes the only way that you can stop is a strategic foul. Not that I think that was deliberate, of course. You never want to hurt another player, and he is a little slow to get up. But Croatia will be very mindful of the speed down the wing and doing everything they can to stop it.
Now free kick for Tigers now. Aiden Milicevic standing over this one. He's the brother of Josh, returning after a spell with Sydney United, NPL New South Wales. Barber still limping after that one, but a big chance for Tigers early on. Milicevic. Header won by Whittier. Comfortably wide of goal.
We can already see a physical contest brewing, especially in the box. I'll be curious to see corners and how they develop. We know that Croatia can absolutely bring it in the physicality, and then they've got the skill up front to match it as well.
Ball's rolled out here to Mats Gödebischer. Lovely pass down the line. Palic and Piccolo's ball wasn't exactly what he intended. Looking to release David Sheshlier down this right-hand side. Southam with Barber. Owusu presenting for the ball, but Barber will play back to Southam. Under pressure immediately by Daniel Colbertaldo. Wide it goes to Whittier.
I don't know if you mentioned it before, we were down on the field earlier, and while it might not look it is extremely warm out there and the grass is quite long, so conditions today will be interesting. We saw some cramps at the end of the women's game. Obviously the men are in absolute peak fitness, but that will be something to see.
Early preseason for both. And a play off Whitehead, a first corner of the game for Tigers. Chance for Whittier and Milutinovic to get forward.
Again, I don't think you're going to beat Croatia in the box in terms of physical presence. I want to keep an eye on Owusu, though. He's looked game so far to match the intensity. In Southam, he's head and shoulders above most of these players, so it will be very interesting to see. But Tigers don't have all of their players up in the box just yet. Very casual look, but we know they're going to explode in terms of the movement as soon as that ball is struck.
Corner taker is Milicevic again. Header won by Ryan Keir. Choi will pick up the ball. Bit of room now for Ada Milicevic to drive into, and the low pass is in, and it's saved by Dorji after the back pass. It was more of a deflection in the end. It nearly had Tigers in front. Colbertaldo. Or Palic, I should say. James now. Sheshli are making the run forward. Croatia looking to transition. Tigers have had the ball to start with. Here's Andrew Pawiak. Now Choi. Barber making up ground. Watched all the way by Lasse Ulrich, who's done very well up against Spencer Barber. Out it goes from Shannon Whitehead.
How do you beat speed? You put your body between them and the ball, and we absolutely saw that there. Choi was gearing for a really strong counter-attack, and I think we're going to see a lot of end-to-end football, really. Both teams have the pace to move it. We know Southam's going to run up and down that line for the entire game, and Choi looks equally game. He's moved all across the field so far.
Yeah. Choi back to Michael Southam. Now Choi.
Owusu's gearing up for a run as well. He's just trying to pick his position and when to explode forward.
He's been lively in that midfield, in that front line. Owusu. Southam. Plenty of key players missing for either side from last season. Obviously we mentioned William Akio, their top scorer, the grand final hero. Also the player that scored a double against Canberra Croatia to knock them out of that qualifying final game. They've got a new Canadian in Spencer Barber, who's momentarily swapped wings with Choi. But for Canberra Croatia, their top scorer, Nicholas Pratezina, away by Matt Gerbischer.
And I don't think we're ever going to get that ball back. The movement already is very classic. Ali, the coach for Tigers, he's never afraid to move players if he thinks he can get an advantage from it, which obviously paid dividends last season. It's good to see that alive and well this season.
Yeah, promising start from Tigers.
I will say as well, a lively and full crowd here at Stryda Park. You love to see it.
Yep, not many spare seats. Southam picked up by Jadric. Palic forced back by the pressure of Wales and given away. Pawiak picks it up. Owusu wins it back, but Jadric putting Pawiak under pressure. Whitty picks it up. Looks long for Choi. Well won by David Shestia. Palic. Good football from Croatia. Niki Jadric. Michael Piccolo. Back to Shannon Whitehead. So plenty of familiar faces from that Australian Championship team. I've got to say, did a good job in the end, especially getting that victory over Preston Lions at home. A memorable tournament for them, despite not making it out of the group. Header won by Palic, went the wrong way.
We'll just wait for this attack to develop. Choi's doing a great run down the left side. You can see the forward coming in. He's looking for the pass to Owusu.
Yep, comes out to Ada Milicevic, who has a go, and it's bending. Not a bad effort from Ada Milicevic.
Lovely play between Choi and Owusu. You really want to see that as the Tigers head coach, as those are two new players, and you can already see the chemistry occurring. On the Australian Championship, I mean, it's a big ask to be thrust to the national stage when all you're really thinking about is your local premiership, and I think Croatia did a really good job there, taking it to the much larger footballing areas with the Melbourne teams.
Yeah. Certainly did Canberra proud in that tournament. Choi. Throw goes the way of Croatia. Who as well, a key member of that team, Max Green, isn't here either. So they are missing a few key individuals this season.
It's the nature of Canberra football. As I was saying, I was talking with Dean, the head coach of Croatia, before, and we commiserated on the fact that when you are a successful team, unfortunately, you will lose players between the seasons. It's the nature of it, as they go to all over the world a lot of the time. I think they had a player go to Canada, they had a player go to Sydney, obviously, in Melbourne.
Yardridge has done well to hold on to possession. Now Thomas James. Chopped by Michael Southam. Spencer Barber as well. Sandwich between those two. They have a free kick. James will have his eyes on this one. First chance for Croatia to get a ball into the box.
This is absolutely within his shooting range. In the last game, we saw set pieces play a huge role, and I have no doubt that Croatia's got something prepared for this. But as we said, could easily hit the back of the net, could easily be across to the back post. It'll be interesting to see what James goes with.
Yeah, Shannon Whitehead there as well. The left foot or the right foot? What will it be? Bruno just organising that Tigers wall. It is going to be Thomas James, and the wall did its job. James picks it up. The decision is a throw the way of Tigers in the end.
I'll tell you, they'll feel that shot in the morning.
That
was an absolute rocket from James. You could tell that he was aiming net side. I was curious, because you have the right and the left, it can really confuse defenses. Is this going to be a curved pass into the box, or is this going to be a straight shot? And we saw them go for the straight shot there. If they get another free kick in the same position, it'll be really good to see what they go with.
Might be a chance here for them now. Yardridge out for Palic. And Wales does really well. Started the game really strongly, the left fullback, having played mostly NPL 23s football last season for Tigers. Started really strongly. Thomas James will head over to swing this corner in.
We also see Palic is going to put him under a lot of pressure. And for a young guy, sometimes that can make or break him, but so far, playing really well.
Yeah, doing a good job.
We can see Croatia setting up all on the same side, something we see pretty commonly these days in the EPL. All know their positions that they're going to go to as soon as the kick's made.
James swings it in. Well claimed by Lejeune, under pressure.
Really putting his authority in the box.
Walk it out. Looking for Pawiak. Away from Palic. Kia can't link up with his teammates there. So we've played 15 minutes. Been a very engaging watch so far. No side really has been more dominant than the other. A few half chances really. Away by Southam. Yardridge. Under pressure by Milicevic. It's a free kick for Croatia.
You can't give too many of these kind of kicks to Croatia. This is the second one in the last 5 minutes. You got to be really careful as Tigers how many of these you give away.
Kia. Palic. Cole Bataldo looking for James. Lovely control under pressure from Wales. David Schechler. Nicky Yardridge. Nasser Ulrich. Lovely flick from Whitehead. Croatia just happy to keep a hold of the ball.
as you said, it's been very back and forth, box to box so far, but no clear chances. Sometimes it's good to settle down by moving it around that back line until you get a chance to pick out a beauty nearly across the field, but good play from Tigers to defend that.
Yeah, holding their shape well. Croatia growing more dominant in possession, but given away to Pawiak, who can drive forward. The run's being made by Choi. Owusu, the low ball across, cleared away by Gerbesher.
There's Barber there. Instead of being the runner, he's now calming down the back line. Choi seems like a real threat. He's just looking for that cut in as soon as he can get it.
Haven't really got the ball to Choi so far. Excited to see what he can do. Given away by Whittier. Piccolo finding Colbertaldo, surrounded by Tigers shirts. Can't find James with that pass.
Very nearly got them there. You can see Croatia's really ready to pounce on any slight error. And while that didn't end up being a shot on goal, you can see the threat. It's very clear. Tigers just needs to settle down a bit, I think, needs to play their game. They're kind of letting Croatia dictate the pace in the last few minutes.
Wales does well again, up against James.
We've got another corner, another set piece. That's 4 so far in this half. Can't give too many of those away. I mean, Tigers have done an excellent job of defending so far, and Lejeune is doing fantastic in between the sticks, but you're just seeing a few too many mistakes happening on the Tiger side.
Had a great claim just a few minutes ago. This delivery is looking for Lasse Ulrich. Didn't make the contact he wanted to make. Chance goes begging for Croatia. It'll be Southam with the throw. Ulrich started the game well. The Croatia centre back.
We can see Southam with the throw again. I think he's going to be a big source of the attack. He's been here before. He's been against this team before. A new look, but still a calm, cool, collected presence on the right wing there.
Back it goes to Marko Milutinovic. Now Wales can drive forward. Choi, lovely link up with Milicevic. Gerbesher got there, did really well in the end. Yardrich. Can Croatia build from here? Colbertaldo. Piccolo. Well read by Southam, who can drive past Palic. End to end this one at the moment. Now Spencer Barber. He's away from Whitehead. Spencer Barber. Not the finish he was after, but a really promising move from the Canadian.
Just a few moments ago, he was playing in the midfield, but you can see his natural attacking inclination there, nearly resulting in a good shot. Again, Southam is part of the play. I really like seeing Choi and Southam being used very modern ways of just getting that ball out wide and then looking for the cross, especially using the fullbacks. We'll see if Wales, who's been so strong defensively, can also get involved in the attack.
It's a difficult back pass for John Peldorgi to deal with. He did well in the end. Nice turn away by Gerbesher. Calming pass by Kia. Colbertaldo looking to find James, collected by Milutinovic. Colbertaldo stayed down. Croatia fans not happy about that one. Gerbesher with some strong words. Will be a free kick for Croatia. Colbertaldo getting back to his feet. First big challenge of the game. These two sides, you'd imagine, will be near the top, competing for that title this season. So much quality.
He's reaching for his pocket.
It's going to be a yellow for
Wales?
Wales, I believe.
Yeah.
Off the back of that challenge with Colbertaldo. It'll be a free kick for Matt Gerbesher.
Gerbesher's been playing excellently so far this game, taking the free kick as well. You got to wonder, last season Croatia were the ones who were always the aggressor, but now Tigers committing a few fouls early in this game.
Yeah, plenty of hunger for the ball. Wales watching James. He's swapped wings with Palic. Lovely back heel from James. Sheshlia and Piccolo didn't get a hold of it. It's a really good move from Croatia.
That was a lovely back heel from James. He knows Wales can't be too aggressive. He just got the white. It's early in the game. Sorry, the yellow, and it's early in the game. So maybe taking advantage of that a little bit as well.
Yeah, free kick now for Croatia. Lovely link-up play again. Whitehead. Comfortable claim for Wales. Now Ada Milicevic can drive forward. Number 10 lays it off to Unwoo Choi. Taking on Sheshlia, looking for Owusu. Whitehead linking up with Piccolo. Just danger signs, but yet to really result in a clear shot on goal. Aside from that one Spencer Barber chance a few minutes ago.
You definitely feel like Lejean's been the busier goalkeeper so far. But we know that things can change in an instant. These teams are both playing fast, free football, and goals will be coming, I think.
Yeah, John Podolski not really significantly tested so far in this game, given his inexperience at this level. Tigers will want to test him a little bit more, but he's standing up to the task effectively so far. Back from Pipkin there. Whittier looking for Milicevic, who was in plenty of space if he could have brought it down. Now Ryan Keir, the run's being made by Thomas James. James cuts inside Wales. Thomas James! And it's wide, but a good chance for Croatia.
I mean, it felt a little bit like James made something from nothing there, but he wrong-footed centre back and left full back. Nearly got a shot off the left foot, curving in. And I dare say Lejean wouldn't have got it if that had been in the corner. Excellent play from him so far this game.
Has looked lively. The reigning NBL Men's Player of the Season. Was a goal scorer for Wollongong Wolves in the Australian Championship. Back in Canberra now. Now Choi linking up with Owusu. Wasn't really the right pass. Choi will take on Whitehead. And won by Palic. Choi's done well to keep the ball in. Owusu. Now Angus Pitkin. Milutinovic. Barber. He's been dropping deep to pick up the ball. You've made reference to that a few times. He is technically a winger, but he's been just about everywhere, Barber. Milicevic, lovely footwork. Owusu, is he shaping for goal? Pawiak comes off Palic.
Barber in wide open space on the left there. I think his movement has confused the Croatian defenders a little bit because he does seem to be in every part of the field. You see Wales is pushed up, doing a good job, just maintaining the ball, maintaining possession, looking for opportunities. I want to see Owusu take a shot. I don't think we've done so yet, but he's always gearing up for it in his positioning.
Hasn't really been involved in the game too much so far, David Owusu.
Croatia's shutting him down really well. Ooh, here's the first test. Very calm from the Croatia keeper.
Yeah, he looks fairly confident with the ball at his feet, John Podolski. That's a great ball from James. Colbertaldo takes it with him, held up by Whittier. Colbertaldo looking for Piccolo. Southam shut down by Harrison Palic.
Great energy from Palic. But you could see again, Southam very calm, very collected, didn't rush the play, even though he's standing in the box and he's received it on his chest. And I think that's what Tigers needs right now, is those wise heads, those experienced heads to just keep everything a little bit calmer.
Palic, good pickup for Croatia. Signed from Queanbeyan, but he started the season at O'Connor Knights, was a part of that defensive unit that saw them give MacArthur a real good game in the Australia Cup in 2024.
I was at that game. Freezing cold. We were hoping that would affect the MacArthur players. They weren't used to the Canberra temperature. And we scored first in it as well.
Yeah, the Knights led that game 1-0. Eventually lost 2-1. Corbataldo doesn't win the ball.
Clear foul. But overall, I think Croatia's been really disciplined in their defensive unit and their structure. And I mean, when you're looking at the kind of players that they're shutting down, it's super impressive.
Header one by Sheshlia. Wales given a shove by James. And a strong coming together between him and Milicevic. And that didn't look particularly friendly from Milicevic. James not happy with that challenge, with 3 players going fully into that one.
You can see Wales on the yellow, just staying well out of everybody's way, making sure that he's not got the ire of the referee. I'm curious to see which way the referee plays this. Player on the ground, ball between their feet, always a little bit tricky.
Yeah, well, 2 Tigers players went for it. James as well was outnumbered in that challenge and does well to win the free kick in the end. David Sheshlia. Back from Pawiak to William Lejeune. Whittier can drive forward into midfield. It's a good release, looking for Barber. Lovely touch as well. Trying to take on Sheshlia. It's done really well, Spencer Barber. Still holds on to possession, shut down by Kobisher in the end. Wales trying to roll it past him. Kobisher just standing in his way.
That was extremely tactical. Just wanted to slow down the quick throw. But we were talking about how do you replace William Accio. Barber's looking pretty good.
Yeah, started the game very brightly. Ada Milicevic having a go from distance. Oh, hits the crossbar. What an effort. What a way to announce yourself that would be.
You could tell the keeper was not ready for that shot, but it was so close to on target. From way deep as well. You've got to respect the shooting distance from the Tiger mids.
Yeah, what an effort from Ada Milicevic. He has also started very brightly. Here they come again. Barber cutting inside. Shut down by Kobisher with a strong challenge. Brilliant defending from the Croatia captain. And now Jandrić trying to send Palic away. Milutinovic for Angus Pitkin. Bit of room for choice offside. Croatia holding their line effectively.
Yet again, we can see Troy and Barber have swapped sides. And Croatia's responded as well with their captain dropping back.
Ulrich. Corbataldo. Pawiak. Whistle has been blown. The free kick for Tigers. Ada Milicevic standing over the ball. It could have had an incredible start to life for Tigers with that effort. Already he's their man, taking the set pieces. Could be a really big signing for them this season. This ball looking for Michael Southam, and to come off the head of Milutinovic in the end is given away by Sheshlia. And Barber presents the ball to him. James trying to take on Pawiak, who does really well.
Barber just overplaying it there, just trying to get a little bit too tricky. And gets punished for it.
Kia. James. Free kick goes the way of Croatia for handball. Referee not allowing the quick free kick to be played.
You can see James creating opportunities with every touch of the ball. Absolutely the man to watch.
Oh, launched upfield by Kobisher. Comes out to Corbataldo. And he can only find Southam with 2 players to his left in Palic and Whitehead. Lejeune.
We've been talking about players who've been starting strong. Gerbisher has absolutely been showing his class in the back line there. Up against some very tough matchups, but you can see he's being moved to kind of follow Barber because of the strong start from the new signing.
Looks like it'll be a tough season for NPL defenses when these three start to really get going. Joy looking for Owusu. Confidently done by John Dorji. Hasn't really put a foot wrong so far. The young man in goal.
We're 32 minutes in, and it's been a very back and forth game, but absolutely an exciting
Chance
one.
here for Tigers. Owusu. It's in the back of the net, but the offside flag goes up. Lovely release. Again, it goes through Milicevic.
Owusu's first shot, and it would have been a goal if he was onside. But again, I think while he may not have the full work of Barber or the pace of Choi, he's going to be an absolute threat if he gets even the slightest clear shot.
Yeah, it's his first real chance, and it found the back of the net. Despite the deflection. How we are contesting.
Bit of an AFL-style header there on James.
Lovely switch from Whitehead to find Thomas James. Trying to take on Wales. Gets the ball in. Well held again by Lejeune. Really confident start from the Tigers goalkeeper.
We've got the new rules now, so 8 seconds is what the keeper will have, but he gets a countdown after 6, I believe, or maybe 4. And you can see Lejeune using all of that time just to get things settled, get his team back into shape.
Piccolo, Colbertaldo. Piccolo picks it up and can drive forward. Shot down really effectively in the end by Sam Whitty, captain for Tigers. Bit of room for Pitkin. Skips past Yardrich. Now Pawiak. Spencer Barber up against Sheshlier again. He'll test it for pace, and Gobashar reads it very effectively again.
Absolute standout game so far, Gobashar. But you feel like Barber's creating those chances. He just needs a couple more, maybe even one, and there'll be a shot on target.
Maybe sense something could be building. Almost to the final 10 minutes of the first half. Lovely release for David Owusu, who opens his Tigers account and opens the scoring in the Charity Shield. They've been knocking on the door for a while, and eventually that Croatia defense is breached. And it's their new signing, David Owusu, who hits the back of the net.
I feel like we're going to say this a lot this season, but you cannot give David Owusu a clear shot on goal because he sunk that. Nothing the keeper could do. Straight over his head, right into the top netting. Super impressive play, and seemed to come from nothing as well. Bit of a stalemate for a lot of the game, and then boom, boom, shot on target.
A great finish from Owusu, having made the switch from NPL Tasmania, where he played for Launceston United. He's played in the lower leagues of England, played in Gibraltar. Now he's here in Canberra, and he's making his mark on this Charity Shield. It's the perfect start for a striker. You want to get going early. You don't want it to be a few games. It starts to play in the mind a little bit, but he's got started straight away.
And we can see how Croatia's responded. They are pushing, they are aggressive, they want to get that back. And you love to see that kind of spirit from the team, but they've got to make sure they don't create any holes. We know Tigers have been threatening for a lot of this half. We're 35 minutes in. But we also know that Croatia have created a lot of chances.
Yeah, they've had plenty of opportunities on goal. Southam now can drive forward. Barber testing Whitehead. That's the decision. Play on. Both players going at it. Bit of a 50-50, but danger signs for Croatia. Spencer Barber at full speed down that right wing. Piccolo. Tigers full of energy in their press.
We were watching Barber's footwork so much and his plays down the wing. We forgot he is a quick runner as well. Seems to be something of the complete package.
Started strongly. Colbertaldo not happy with Milicevic. He's gone down off the back of their coming together.
We see again a foul given away by Tigers. That's going to really cut into their momentum. And I haven't been keeping count, but it does feel about 4 or 5 to 1 fouls towards Tigers. They can't be giving that up against such a quality side. Croatia only needs 1 or 2 opportunities, and they will score. We can also see that James has now moved to the left-hand side. A subtle change, but we know that he's a danger man when it comes to goal-scoring opportunities.
Both sets of wingers changing quite often. Easy claim for Lejeune. Bit of a waste, that free kick. Tigers can get going. They're hungry for a second. Milutinovic up towards Owusu. Gerbischer. No foul against Owusu. He was asking for it. Jean-Pierre Dorji, not much he could do about the shot from Owusu.
Near point-blank range. Georgie's doing a good job when he's got the ball at his feet. Tigers are ready to press him.
For Croatia, James goes down under the challenge of Michael Southam. Referee says no foul. Owusu wants a free kick again. Referee doesn't give it. Wales in strongly. He's on a yellow. What's the decision?
You can tell Croatia are asking for it. You can tell Croatia want it. I was going to say, with James moving to the left-hand side for Croatia, that puts him in a direct matchup with Southam, who's been looking spectacular. And you can see the wily veteran in James, who's played in England as well. He knows what he's doing. He nearly drew a big foul there, very close to the box.
What's the referee's decision on this challenge from Wales? Because that would change things. We've got plenty of time in the game to go. It's nearly the end of the first half, but referee Bruno Kell seems like he's going to let him off. But Wales needs to be very careful.
I was pretty sure it wasn't going to be a second yellow, because you usually do that pretty quickly as a ref, but he's having a long conversation with the captain and with Wales. You've got to worry about that. I mean, we've only got maybe 6 minutes left in the half, depending on any extra time. You push Wales to finish the half at least, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him off the field. You don't want to get a red in a preseason game.
No. Of course, they have Noah Steinacker on the bench, fullback who featured regularly for Tigers. It's a free kick for Croatia, though. Thomas James over this one. So no yellow card for Wales, who might count himself a little bit lucky given the nature of the challenge. It's going to be James with the delivery. It's looking back post for Ulrich, and Southam won it. It's going to be a Croatia corner.
Don't think you want to be challenging Southam in the air. Don't think that's a winning prospect. Dominating presence in the box on either side. Having said that, look at this field position. Again, we're getting close to the half. Maybe fatigue's kicked in a little bit into the legs of the Tigers players. And Croatia are knocking at the door. They are hungry to get a goal back.
Could this be their opportunity? James again, the man on the set piece. Piccolo making the run short. Plenty of targets in that box. Ulrich and Kier stand out for Croatia. Numbers back for Tigers as well. James's near post delivery is seen away by Whittier. I think Lejeune was hoping to claim that one. Not sure if that was the delivery James was after.
There's an old saying in most sports, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I will say that very nearly spun off a player straight into the goal.
Yeah, not a bad idea. James will go again. It's the same delivery. Can't beat the first man. Tigers go away. Milisevic's pass looking to release Joy.
No one was there, so you feel like that was maybe to relieve pressure a little bit, give Tigers time to come out, as they've done. And they've won the ball here. We've got Wales. A tenuous yellow card does good to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, he's got to be careful for the rest of the game. Whittier for Spencer Barber. Owusu making the run and can't get on the end of the pass from Barber. Ulrich. Barber goes to ground. Artavi Sheshlia.
A bit of a fight in the backfield between Barber and the Croatia defenders. A bit of
Keep an eye on
pushing.
that because those two are going at it.
They really are. Gerbischer is coming in to defend his player.
It was when Barber just ran past, I think it was Ulrich. He took a tumble. Maybe there was a stuck out a leg potentially from Lasse Ulrich.
We've got to be careful. Barber's, they've been very physical with Barber. Again, very skilled player. We know a very quick one. Sometimes you got to get that body involved to defend players like that. And this is, I believe, his first game against Croatia. So maybe he's not quite prepared for that, letting it get to his head a little bit. But you've got to be careful with those. This is the kind of stuff that's made so many fouls towards the Tigers. And if I was the Tigers coach, I'm sure he'll have a quick word with his team to try and keep that discipline. It's hard to build momentum when you're stopping play every 5 minutes for a free kick.
The referee just discussing with his linesman what happened. Chance for both sides to have a drinks break. I wonder what the final decision is. I think it'll just be a yellow card each off the back of that interaction.
So I know for a fact that players will often rewatch the VO and they'll screenshot or they'll screen record little sections of interest. I'm sure this will be a moment that'll be passed around the clubhouse for Tigers after the game. Whether it's a highlight or a low light remains to be seen depending on the result.
Yeah, talking to for both players.
I'm sure Barber feels the victim here. He was running across and it did seem he just took a little nick on the back of the foot maybe and went for a bit of a tumble. But I don't think a referee's ever changed their mind after discussions with a player.
Never, never.
I don't believe we saw any cards being given out for that interaction.
Oh, it's a red card for
Oh!
Matt Gerbischer.
Wow, got involved late in the scuffle, came in from behind.
That's a huge call from Bruno Kell. Lengthy discussions with his linesman. Barber and Ulrich still on the pitch, but Matt Gerbischer, who's been so crucial for Croatia's defense in this match, has been dismissed.
Only a few minutes out of the half as well, obviously depending on extra time, but that's a huge blow. The linesman was in perfect position to be watching the interactions, though. Gerbischer did come in, sort of escalated things a little bit, but a red still seems very harsh. Having said that, you've got to trust the man in the center. Croatia also don't seem to be disputing it too much.
So Gerbischer is off. Croatia are 1-0 down, and they're down to 10 men. Tigers could have also been down to 10 at one point.
They may still be. Plenty of game left to play for Wales, but a straight red from that interaction completely changed the complexion of the game as well. We know that Tigers were really pushing forward with their new front three. Barber especially was a huge threat, and Gerbischer was doing an excellent job of nullifying him. Now how will Croatia recover and maintain that strong back line without arguably their best defender for the half?
How will this change the game? Plays into Tigers' hands very nicely, because Croatia have to get forward and try and score with one less player. It'll be, I think, a free kick for Croatia, or maybe a drop ball over that far side.
We almost forgot that play was actually happening down in the front third for Croatia. If they had 11 players, and even still, this is an excellent opportunity.
James taking on Southam. He'll win a corner for Croatia. Can they bounce back? We've played the 45. We'll imagine there'll be quite a few minutes added on.
Big fan support for Croatia here. Very passionate Croat community.
James's delivery looking for Ryan Keir. Header won by Witte. Niki Jadric with Pawiak at his back. Back to Shandon Watt, to Harrison Palic. John Dorji puts it up for Kier to contest, won by Milutinovic. Pawiak, won by Colbertaldo. Lovely turn by Kier. James. Croatia have the quality to fight back even with one less player. James looking for David Sheshlia. Take on Southam. Gets the ball in, and it's a good claim by Lejeune. He's looking to release Choi from back to front. Well done by Nicky Yardrich. Sheshlia.
You can see, though, when that run down from James, Croatia just missing one forward player, just making sure I think they see out the half without conceding another goal while down to 10.
Yardrich. James. Away by Southam. Aiden Milicevic. Choi. Skipping away, or the attempted skip away from Michael Piccolo. Did well to win back possession. Yardrich. James with Southam at his back. Looking for Yardrich. Does well to win the ball. Whittier takes the foul. And leaves that pressure that Croatia was starting to build.
I think as we get to near the end of this half, I'm going to be watching Southam James for the rest of the game, because that matchup has moved across the field left to right, and it's an exciting one. James seems to be getting the better of it, even with fewer opportunities.
Yeah, those who have swapped. Let's have the wingers. Owusu. Lovely touch into Unwoo Choi. Owusu. Milicevic. Goes down off the ball. Referee says play advantage. Spencer Barber. It's Spencer Barber. It's shut down by Shandon Whitehead. Barber for Pawiak. Tigers continue to build in additional time at the end of the first half. Unwoo Choi taking on Sheshia. It's a good challenge. Questions asked by Tigers, but it's a really good challenge from Sheshia up against Unwoo Choi. It's a corner for Tigers.
We're really seeing Tigers put on the pressure to end this half. I think they want to get another one in, while Croatia hasn't had a chance to have their coach speak to them about how they're going to play down to 10. Obviously, they'd know what they're doing, but you'd have some specific words as the coach. Let's see what happens with this set piece.
Milicevic standing over this corner. Looking for Milutinovic. It'll be a corner from the other side, off the head of Lasse Ulrich.
Ulrich doing an excellent job there of just stymieing the attack, but tense moments. Newish goalkeeper in the box between the posts. Defense a little rattled. Couldn't come soon enough for Croatia, I think.
It's true, it's true. Halftime whistle sounds here at Stryda Park. Well, what a game we've had so far. Tigers FC have a 1-0 advantage over Croatia, who towards the end of that first 45 went down to 10 men after a scrap between Spencer Barber and Lasse Ulrich. Was joined by Matt Gerbischow, who was, after lengthy conversations with his linesman, sent off. So Croatia down to 10 and a goal down. How will they respond in the second half?
I mean, that remains to be seen. When you've got a team of this kind of quality, you absolutely can't put them out of the contest. James has been creating so many opportunities down that line, and we can see the Tigers have had to respond by moving Southam just to try and counter him. But honestly, I think we're in for a really exciting second half. I think Croatia absolutely have the talent to still make it a challenge. But you'd have to feel good as Tigers coming into the change rooms.
Yep, they've got it all in their hands. At halftime, the score is Canberra Croatia 0, Tigers FC 1.
this must never become violent or antisocial towards another person, including spectators, players, coaches, or match officials. Any person identified engaging in disorderly behaviour or who otherwise cause a disturbance may be evicted from the venue and potentially banned from attending future matches. Spectators must not enter the field of play or playing area without lawful authority. Significant penalties apply for breaching this condition of entry, including being evicted from the venue and potentially banned from attending future matches. Please welcome back to the field, Canberra Croatia and Tigers.
Hello and welcome back to Stryda Park for this second half of the 2026 National Premier League Men's Charity Shield between the league winners Canberra Croatia and second place Tigers FC, the grand final winners as well from last season at half-time. Well, it's been a thoroughly engaging match in which Tigers FC have a one-goal lead thanks to David Owusu later in the second half. But the big talking point happened at the end of that first half, Sam, when Matt Gerbischer got a red card, got sent off for Croatia after a scrap between Spencer Barber and Lasse Ulrich. How does this second half play out, do you reckon?
Exciting. Only word for it. That was Sam Watson, by the way, and I'm Sam Greatorex. I know it gets confusing with the commentary. It seemed like they saved all of the excitement for the last 5 minutes. We saw a straight red being handed out to Matt Gerbischer, who honestly, fantastic play up until that point. You can watch the replay if you want to see the incident. But now it's going to be about how does Croatia bounce back now that they've had a little bit of time with the coach to talk about how they're going to try and win this game back. 10 players up. It'll be a story to be told for years if they can bring it back from 1-0 down, 10 players on the field. And I honestly think that Croatia has the talent to do it.
They absolutely do. A very good team. We've actually seen one change for Tigers. Noah Steinacker comes on for Wales. That seems to be the only change of this second half. We're underway at Stryda Park. Tigers FC in their away kit, kicking from left to right. An early touch for Noah Steinacker, who's replaced Angus Wales at left back, who did well, but he was on that yellow card, and we wondered whether that might tell in the end, as he got close to being sent off.
And already we see Owusu making a piercing run down the sideline.
Barber's making a run off that left wing. Owusu looking for Adam Milicevic. Did he keep it in? The ball still in play. Players stood still. It is a goal kick in the end, but a bit of a nervy moment there.
What a way to start as well. It's been 30 seconds. Wales, of course, as we said, nearly got sent off. Had a long talk to from the referee while on a yellow. So I think it's not a indication of his form so much as giving him a safe way out. And Steinacker getting his first run against a great player in Culbertson. I want to see Croatia really push the pressure and keep the ball on the Tiger side of the field to combat that being down one player.
Lejeune gets it clear. First test there for Noah Steinacker up against Daniel Colbertaldo. So up to the task so far.
We also want to mention Lejeune. Excellent first half. Played really well in goals, really in command of his box, which is what you want to see as well. I think a big part of the reason why there was a clean sheet, but we were talking at halftime about how it seemed like Croatia almost had more opportunities in that first half.
Yeah, pretty even first half.
Southam moving down the right-hand side, playing with Choi as well. Slow, patient build-up. They know they've got the extra player.
Yeah, it's a lovely switch there by Pawiak. Looking for Spencer Barber. Pawiak's made a good start to life at Tigers. Was on the books of Newcastle Jets. 2015-16 A-League season. Barber trying to get the ball in away by Kier. And it's a corner for Tigers. For Croatia, it should be said.
We'll see how Croatia defend this. Being down a player can really show itself in certain situations, and corners is one of them. Will they miss a player who's making a run in on the back post? Will they not be able to run out for the short corner, as we're seeing with Choi? I think Tigers are doing a great job here of stretching the Croatian defense by threatening this short corner.
A chance for the delivery by Milicevic. Pops out for James, who's looking to launch it long for Colbertaldo. Jadric is free on that right side of the pitch if they can get him the ball. Missed opportunity for Croatia. Tigers come again with Choi taking on Jadric. Back for Milicevic, who look to chip the ball in. Ulrich gets there first, but they're missing a little bit of bite at the back. Without Gerbischer, he was making plenty of strong challenges, almost setting this example for his team, and missing that now, which is a big loss.
You can see, though, Croatia is still keeping up somewhat of a high press, pressing the goalkeeper, pressing the fullbacks as well. So they're still in this game. Maybe missing a little bit at the back, but still wanting to create that attack. And we see Southam running down the right-hand side.
They've set up with essentially a back three at times. Whitehead's getting forward to provide the width on the left-hand side.
Quite an athletic jump from the referee as well. Don't always expect it from the player in the middle. Oh, sorry, not the player, the official in the middle.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's dodged a few of those balls. Good performance from him so far in that regard.
We see James moving the ball down the right-hand side of the field, trying to draw a free kick there, and he does. That play before where James kind of didn't quite get it off his foot, I would have said that was the first bad touch by James in this game. He's been playing a stellar one. Not that we're too shocked of a player of that level of skill.
Yeah, good performance so far. Jadric back to Palic, who started as a winger and is playing at the moment as a defender.
You can see Croatia compressing the midfield, wanting to play it up through the middle, as they're well known for doing.
Southam back to William Lejeune. Southam. Whittier. Picking. Not the best touch from him. The ball rolls on to Michael Piccolo. A big chance for Croatia goes begging. Easier said than done to produce the kind of technique needed to really trouble Lejeune, but a big chance for Croatia at the start of this second half.
Great little layoff from James as well. Just a tiny pass to set up the run. This is something that we did see from Tigers in the first. Ooh, we've got a player down, actually. Sorry about that. Seemed to be fairly away from play.
It might be Spencer Barber who's down at the moment.
You'd hate to see that as Tigers, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Augustine Bangura is stripped and ready to come on for Tigers, so hopefully not a significant issue for a player who was lighting up that first half at times.
You don't want your whole highlights reel to be a half of football.
No.
What I was saying before, one thing that we did notice about Tigers in the first half, they gave away a lot of fouls. And that seems to be something that's already been happening, a free kick to Croatia already. Very easy to hide a lack of a player when all you're doing is taking set pieces.
Yeah, it looks like that change will be made. So good first outing for Barber. Good to see him back to his feet. On comes Augustine Bangura, a member of that team that won the grand final last season. Player who contributed 2 goals in the league. He will play where Barber was off. David Owusu to his left on the wing.
One thing that was great to see in the grand final that Tigers obviously won was how that front three played with Willie Macchio.
He was very central to everything good they did going forward that day. James closed down by Pitkin. Bangura's first involvement has been to receive the ball right in the face, so interesting way to be introduced to the match. Whittier for Awiak. Milutinovic went to Steinacker. And Milicevic. Bangura. First chance for him to take on David Shashir. Milicevic. One back by Ryan Keir. And that ball could be on for Palic, but well read by Lejeune.
Steinacker seems content to just hang back a little bit, make sure that the Tigers don't lose the ball. His first opportunity to move up now, working with Bangura.
A player who does like to get forward at times. Defensively very strong. Looks like Palic is slotted in where Gerbischer was. He's one of the 2 centre-backs alongside Ulrich. Free kick goes the way of Croatia.
Hand to the pocket, and that's a yellow.
Yellow card for Andrew Hawiak. So Hawiak in the book.
The last thing the Tigers want to do right now is lose that man advantage on some silly yellow cards. And there's been a couple already. I wonder if that was a halftime message potentially to try and tighten up. Because as you can see, we've got Croatia in a really good forward position now. Great work by Bangura there to stymie the attack.
Yadric. James. Lovely control looking for Nicky Yadric. Yadric's ball across, and it's a big challenge by Whittier to prevent the ball getting towards Colbertaldo. And it's just in those moments there where you really can see Croatia coming back. If they get those moments right, they won't get many, but they have to make the most of the ones they get.
You can hardly tell that they're down a player at the moment, which is testament to them. The other thing is you've got to work, you've got a lot of football left to play. You've got to wonder, having to cover for that extra player, move that extra amount, will that start to tell on the legs as time goes on?
James's delivery is a good one, and Lejeune didn't make contact in the end. Lovely control by Owusu. Can they counter? Oh, the pass from Owusu. Had to find Choi. James, end-to-end this one now. Palic looking for Kier. Header one by Whittier, who's made some big defensive contributions in the last few minutes. Steinacker, lovely touch away. He's making the run as well. Flick from Owusu. Noah Steinacker driving forward up against David Shashir. Pawiak.
I think this is a great move by Tigers, just switching across the field, forcing Croatia to be spread across.
Yeah, Milicevic can't link up with Owusu. Won by Ulrich. James now can turn and go. Not many players with him. Cutting inside and driving forward. Off it goes to Nicky Jadric.
Of all the players on the field, James is the last one who needs help. He can create opportunities all on his own.
It's a corner for Croatia.
We saw Tigers move Southam around the field to try and follow James, to try and stop him. That's going to be the question of the half, I think, for Tigers. What can they do about James? Every time he's got the ball at the feet, it seems he's one touch away from a beautiful assist on goal.
There's their outlet at the moment in that front line. Michael Piccolo will take this corner.
You can see Croatia pressuring Lejeune. Bit of a size discrepancy there, but I respect it. I think I said it last game, but I respect the short players making themselves known.
Piccolo's delivery, looking for the head of Shandon Whitehead, and that would have been easy playing for Lejeune. He wants to go early for Choi. Southam getting forward.
We know they've got pace. Choi to Southam. Great link up. Still got the ball. Got a chance. Not quite.
Yeah, Bangura was free on that left-hand side. Milicevic. Southam. Choi. Driving away from Whitehead. It's a...
Oh, what a save. What a save. Sorry to interrupt, Sam, but I think that's the first time we've seen the Croatia keeper challenge for a save, and what a dive.
Yeah, Jumper Dorji, very effective in claiming that cross from Choi. Didn't look like it was going to find a teammate, but wasn't aware of that. Bangura for Pitkin. Aiden Milicevic. Is this shooting range for Milicevic? Jadric. Piccolo. Shot down well by Pitkin. Throw goes the way of Croatia. You can see in moments as Tigers push forward, there are gaps appearing. Just need to find that pass.
I don't think Tigers are doing themselves any favors by trying to play through this central channel in the middle of the field. It's very easy for you to pack players in there, even when you're down one. When they switch, though, when they're getting it to Southam out wide, or Choi or Bangura, you can see the money.
A long pass. Looking for James, who's causing all sorts of havoc, and Milutinovic emerges with the ball, and James collides with Milutinovic off the ball. And what's the referee given? Maybe a free kick for Tigers. That was the final decision. Late challenge from Thomas James.
I believe that was going to be a goal kick anyway, so smart play from James, not really losing anything. And just, again, stamping his authority on the game, making sure everyone knows where he is and what he's up to.
On from Lejeune. Header won by Kia. Piccolo. Zavishesia getting forward now. Colbertaldo wide of him. Colbertaldo's cross is a tester for Lejeune. That could have dropped anywhere.
You know what they could have used? One extra runner through that middle bit. I don't want to put too much on the fact that there's only 10 players on the field, but those are exactly the moments when you might start to feel it with just a front two instead of a front three. Having said that, Croatia are defending admirably considering they are down a player. Again, interesting to see if this keeps progressing. Still very early in the half.
Yeah, plenty of numbers. Well, not many numbers forward for Croatia. It seems they're knocking it long to James, and he's on his own. That's a poor giveaway by Lejeune. Late challenge by Pitkin, and now a free kick opportunity. Still plenty of quite far away from goal, but James is capable. Yellow card for Angus Pitkin.
The Anguses are certainly getting in trouble today.
They are. Two Anguses on yellows.
Two Anguses on yellows. One's on the bench, though he's pretty safe. But that's 2 yellow cards now in this half for Tigers. Again, the last thing they want to do, given how even the game is at the moment, is give away that man advantage that they have. And also, can't say it enough, free kick within James's shooting range. And we know that he is playing well. He's got the touch today.
Certainly capable from this distance. Does favour the shot rather than the cross. It's Thomas James, and it hits the wall. And Aiden Milicevic can drive forward now. Owusu up there as the sole Tigers player, and he will take on Ulrich for pace. And Ulrich makes the challenge. Another corner for Tigers. And a missed opportunity for Croatia down the other end.
You almost want to see Tigers maybe slow it down a little bit. Just play that ball around, switch sides. But I'm sure this is something they discussed at halftime, and we know the quality of the coaching of the Tigers organization. We know the quality of Ali. He is a proven high-level coach. So I'm sure the players have whatever was said at the halftime in the back of their minds and how to approach this game. We've seen a lot of corners that have just curved in and been on the near post. Will we see that again?
Yeah, Milicevic with a good delivery. Headed away by Kia. Collected by Colbertaldo. He'll knock it long for Palic to chase. And that's a poor giveaway. Thomas James, one-on-one. Steinacker with him. It's James. He lays it off. There's a chance for Palic, and what a challenge from Michael Southam. A massive chance goes begging for Croatia.
Phenomenal play from Southam, running from one end of the field to the other. Never gave up on the play. Croatia looked like they were going to score twice there. I was sure James was going to get a shot off, and then the pass across, so smart. He knew that everyone was running with him, but just couldn't quite get a good shot off. Credit to both sides for that play.
Well, that was their chance. That was their chance. James in on goal. You felt for all money that he would put that one in the back of the net. Credit to Noah Steinacker for staying with him, and what a recovery challenge from Southam after the ball came the way of Palic. Set piece opportunity for Croatia, though. It'll be Piccolo's delivery. Looking for Ryan Kian. He heads over. That's a goal kick for Tigers. They survive another scare. Or maybe it's a corner.
Corner. I just want to highlight a little moment between Southam and James. They just shook hands afterwards, and that's the kind of thing that happens at this level of football. Respect from both players to each other. They both know how high intensity this game is and the quality of the play on the counterattack, but then also to defend it. And that's what you'll see. A lot of respect between these two teams. Many of them have played against each other for a long time.
Piccolo's delivery, looking for Shandon Whitehead, and a goal line block. What a block that was by Angus Pitkin, because that header from Whitehead was headed for the back of the net. Croatia keep on getting closer, but Tigers keep on denying them. Here's Piccolo's delivery. Looking for Kier this time. Lejeune spills it. It's in the back of the net. And it is Ryan Keir who brings the 10-men level in the Charity Shield. Well, they've gone so close in the last 10 minutes. Palic was denied. Whitehead was denied. But they would not be denied a third time. It's Ryan Keir who hits the back of the net. The man wearing the captain's armband has them level.
That is exactly what you want from a captain, to step up in those moments. They got so close on the corner before. They absolutely challenged Lejeune and found him wanting. And the second time, unfortunately, no one was there to save the keeper. Messy, but oftentimes goals are. Now we have to see, how does Tigers react? You can see they're on the line. They are game ready. And we see an experienced player like James just slowing things down, let everybody get back to their positions, maybe have a quick breath. But I want to highlight as well the play that just happened in the two corners. That came right after the Tigers were inside the 18-yard box for Croatia. So this game is far, far from over.
Wow, what a response from Dina Greenwich's team. They've really stepped up in this second half despite the man advantage for Tigers. They've come closer. Tigers really haven't troubled the net of John Dorji too often. It's a comfortable claim for him there.
I was about to say, you might eat your words in a second. Be careful. This Tigers side can score from nothing. And we know the quality of Owusu. We've already seen him take some shots. We know Bangura from last year. But even as I speak, ball's nearly at James. Will this be called?
Sam Wynn here is not on a yellow card, but
he could very well be.
He could be. James still getting back to his feet. It looked 50-50. Whitehead in strongly. James has stayed down on that far side.
For Croatia, this is the last player you want to see on the ground. Hopefully he's okay. Again, these aren't the kind of competitions. This isn't the kind of situation where you want to see a player down for any length of time.
Yeah, they've got Jason Ugrinich on the bench, Anthony Rakic. Can't really replicate the quality of Thomas James.
You can see he seems to be all right, getting up. I'm sure he will be creating goal-scoring opportunities in seconds.
Yeah, good to see him back. It's going to be a gripping final 25 minutes or so in the second half of this Charity Shield. We'll treat it to one game in the women's. That was a bit of a classic. This one might be heading that way as well. James now taking on Milutinovic, who's watched him all the way and read that very well.
Would you believe I was so caught up in the game, I forgot that if this game goes to full time, not extra time, it'll end in penalties.
It might do.
And we haven't had any significant stoppages, so once we get to that 85-minute marker, things could get real scary.
Yeah. Ball won by Palic. And Yardrich wins the free kick. Pawiak into his back. He's on a yellow card. They have to be careful.
You got to think that James is going to take this and he's going to try and put it in the back of the net. Lejeune has been up to the task so far, but there's only so many times you can be tested in a game before someone of James's quality can find that perfect curve, that opposite side. Last time it was the wall that deflected it. We'll see if that happens again. An absolute rocket at that point.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be Shannon Whitehead standing over this one. Favours the left-footed delivery. Surprised James isn't taking this one on, though.
Probably looking for the in curve from a left footer, or for James to pick up the second play. You can see him right there between two defenders, ready to go in to take that second ball and just finish it off easy.
Yeah, Shannon Whitehead standing over this ball for 10-men Croatia, and Whitehead wasn't too far away. Hands on his head. He knows that was close. We're going to see a change for Tigers now. Angus Pitkins' day is done. He's replaced by Josh Milicevic. So Pitkin, who made that goal line block with his head, just before Croatia equalised. Had a good game on the whole. He's replaced by Milicevic, player who started in Tigers' grand final victory against Monero.
I believe we've got the two brothers, one behind the other as well.
We do.
We'll see if that natural chemistry can come into play.
Wusu being held up by Sheshlia. Milicevic's first involvement over to his brother Aiden. Southam for Josh Milicevic. Milicevic!
Oh!
What an effort that was. That's a way to make a statement off the bench from the number 6.
I dare say he'll have an impact on the game. Also keep in mind, we are only about 20 minutes from the end of the game, and some fresh legs can make a huge difference. Yeah. Croatia have been playing admirably in this half. Keep in mind, they are down to 10 players and have been for basically the entire half, and they are still pushing, pressing, looking for the goal opportunities.
It'll be a goal kick for John Peldorji. Looks long for Paul Bataldo. James faced by 4 Tigers players and eventually gives away the foul. Just on John Peldorji, he's a young goalkeeper, but he's already made his debut for his national team for Bhutan against Lebanon last year.
The Bhutanese community in Canberra is strong and passionate and love their football. You see them in grassroots all over the city. And it's good to see a representative here. And he's done well. He's done well. The goal against him, very difficult to stop those, but he might have to save another one here. We've got Owusu down on the sideline looking to score.
Yeah, lovely release by Noah Steinacker to find Owusu. Aiden Milicevic linking up with Josh Milicevic. Owusu, Josh Milicevic. Good save by John Peldorji, who miscues his clearance a little bit. Header won by Whittier. Southam. I haven't seen too much of Choi on that left-hand side today. Here's Bangura, though. Strong challenge by Whitehead.
No whistle from the referee, though.
No whistle. I think he was expecting it.
We can't quite see the corner from our commentary, well, our commentary area. Seems like some action's going on down there. And a yellow's coming out as well, I believe, to a Croatia player.
Yeah, difficult to see from here, but someone has been yellow carded.
Someone has been definitely been yellow carded. They don't take those out by accident.
They don't.
I believe from the noise from the Croatia stands that it is definitely a Croatia player. We've got Justin, the cameraman, here today. Were you able to get that, Justin? Okay, we're not sure who the players are. I don't think
Shandon Whitehead, the left fullback.
I don't think it's Ulrich. So you know how I said the last thing the Tigers want to do is give up their numerical advantage? The last thing that Croatia want to do is give them 2 players up.
True.
So they've got to be very careful. Croatia plays a physical game. Fouls happen sometimes. And all it takes is just a slightly too hard contact or a foot just a bit too far out for it to be 9-11, and you do not want to see that. I believe there's a change for the Croatians as well.
Yeah, Daniel Kolbataldo replaced by Marko Jadric. So 2 sets of brothers on the field now. Marko joins Niki Jadric in that midfield. Milicevic, that low center of gravity, holds off his marker well. Kier just bundles his way through. Good challenge by Choi. Almost spun on the ground to keep that one in his possession. Shashlia gives it away. That was a nice attempt by Milicevic. Josh Milicevic. Owusu. Another strong challenge by Kier on Josh Milicevic. And away by John Peldorji.
You got to think this is the kind of game that Croatia wants to play. Combative in the central area where the numbers don't matter as much. They're doing a really good job of making sure that's where the game's happening.
Andrew Pawiak gives something for Steinacker to run onto. Joy. And No free kick, says the referee, and James can advance. Tigers have a numerical advantage in this attack, and James is looking for Marko Jadric. And Tigers will breathe a sigh of relief because that could have gone badly wrong for them.
Beautiful left foot pass from James as well. He is still absolutely threatening. He started to slow down a little bit. I think the toll of the game is showing itself, but ball at his feet, he's the most dangerous man on the field. He is, however, matched equally by his counterpart. I believe Choi is probably one of the... He'd have the kilometers up by now. He's worked very hard in this game, trying to create opportunities for Tigers.
Milicevic has room to have a go again. A comfortable claim for Dorji. Up it goes from Dorji, looking for James. Header won by Whittier, by Kia.
And Southam goes down. I was about to say, we've got about 17 minutes left in this game. It's been hard fought. It's been high intensity. You do wonder, are we going to see any subs going into the last 10 minutes per se? Any super subs, anyone to try and ignite the attack? Milicevic has been doing a great job here. Josh, particularly, though Aiden is also playing a good game. But you can see the kind of fire that ignites in an attack when you bring in a new player with a lot of energy and a lot of skill.
Yeah, he's made a good impact off the bench. Josh Milicevic been on the receiving end of some very strong challenges from Ryan Keir. There is a significant mismatch between those two.
Having said that, he's been able to get 2 shots out, which
he has.
Is more than Tigers were able to get out before he was on the field. So maybe you need someone who's just going to try and take that shot. At the end of the day, you're not going to score any goals if you don't make any shots. And I know that sounds obvious, but it can be easy to forget when you're on the field.
It's true. Southam still down. Looks like he'll be okay to continue. Tigers aren't planning any substitutions at the moment.
We've got a player who just entered the field, actually. I think Southam might be exiting, but very calmly. And he doesn't look to be in too much bad condition, but I dare say wear and tear from running up and down the field for 70 minutes.
Yeah, potentially. Bangura, Pawiak under pressure by Marko Jadric. Bangura trying to skip clear of 2 players. Up it goes towards James. James trying to turn away from Whittier. Pawiak can drive forward. Owusu. This is well played by Tigers. Aiden Milicevic giving Choi something to run onto. Onward Choi taking on Sheshelya. Steinacker trying to link up with Owusu. Well defended. Strong challenge by Aiden Milicevic.
Look at James across the field.
Marko Jadric gets his head up and looks for James, who's with Toon. James took it first time. Difficult to pull off that technique and really trouble Lejeune.
My mistake, by the way. Southam is still on the field and still affecting play. He was there to make sure that James didn't have quite a clear shot on goal.
Yeah, 2 players went with him. The benefits of a man advantage. The Tigers struggling a little bit to create any more chances. I suppose they don't really need to with a 1-0 lead. Joy takes it down well. Takes on Sheshlia and wins the free kick. Yellow card goes his way.
Sorry, just to correct you there, it is 1-1. Remember that.
Oh, it is 1-1.
Were able to
yes,
score.
Thank you.
You don't expect a team that's down to 10 players to score, but right now both teams are angling for penalties, which is another reminder. If this game goes to time, there is no extra time. There's no extra 30 minutes. We just go straight to penalties. And what a way to finish a contest like this. It has felt like an even half in a lot of ways. Tigers are up by a player and have been for this entire half. Hopefully they are able to convert that, but if not, we could see penalties.
Yes. Yeah, knowing the scoreline is important for commentary. It is very important.
Very important. Happens to the best of us. Counting is hard.
It's true. It is. Aiden Milicevic standing over this one. What an effort. Hits the crossbar. Had Dorji beaten. What an effort from Aiden Milicevic. He's had 2 that have hit the crossbar in this game now. Josh Milicevic has a go. It comes out again to Aiden Milicevic. Sam Whittier gives Tigers FC a lead.
Oh my goodness.
The captain stands up big for his team. And Tigers, having gone ahead in the game and been brought back by 10 men, retake their lead. And we've got just over 10 minutes left. What a crucial goal in this game.
It felt like the ball was in the goalie box for a good minute there, and at some point someone was going to be able to finish it. But what an effort by Croatia to keep them at bay from the first free kick and then the second pass in. But Tigers, excellent work in making sure that the chances counted in the box. What a game we've got on. I'm excited to see how Croatia respond, because they are far from out of this.
Well, we're back to a 2-1 scoreline. Tigers FC look to be heading on their way to a Charity Shield victory unless Croatia can respond. We were talking about they haven't really created too many chances in this second half, but they've made that one count. And it was made really by the work of Aiden Milicevic. And Whittier just responded. Well, lovely flick there from Kia.
Just like Tigers' first goal, they made the absolute most of the opportunity that they had. And now you can see the Tigers, they need to turn off that switch in their brain that's saying go, go, go. And you can see the more experienced players doing so, playing smart, forcing Croatia to have to engage.
Well, we've entered the final 10 minutes. Tigers close to their first ever Charity Shield. Croatia have 4 shields from 5 attempts. So they're not really used to losing these matches.
Having said that, when you've got the experience of winning, you need to play from behind sometimes. They've been playing from behind this entire half. Let's see what they can do with the 10 minutes.
It's not a bad ball from Bangura. Offside flag is up on Choi. Yeah.
I will say as well, while that was all happening, moments beforehand, James had a clear, almost clear shot in the Tigers box that just went wide. Still a lot of spirit in this Croatia team.
One back by Pawiak. Looking for Owusu. Hasn't really been able to get into the game in this second half since his goal. Aiden Milicevic. Now Unwoo Choi. Steinaker making the run. Uses him as a decoy. Gets it back. It's Unwoo Choi! And it's wide.
That's what you want to see, though. You want to see them using those numbers, especially in the wider areas where Croatia maybe can't bring players out to bear. And an excellent passage of play between Troy, Steinaker, and Milicevic.
Aldridge. James.
Somehow gets the ball away from
drives
floor.
Away. Milicevic. Pawiak sends Bangura away. James is back tracking. And that is the most obvious yellow card you'll ever see. James, very aware of that, surrounded by Tigers players. I mean, does it get clearer than that?
I don't know. I mean, you can see Ulrich arguing a little bit. A player of James's experience knows what he was doing. Bangura did come down a little awkwardly, so I do feel like he could do with some treatment here.
Yeah, not a nice challenge at all. Had the arm around him and went with 2 feet, really, to bring him down. Not a nice one for Bangura.
A reminder, if you're just tuning in for the last 10 minutes, Croatia has been playing admirably. A player down since, I believe, the 40th minute, after a straight red sent off for an off-the-ball infraction. Tigers scored early with a ball to David Owusu, shot it to the top of the net, nothing the keeper could do. Croatia scored in this half, though, down to 10 players, and Tigers recently scored as well with a shot in the box. So we're talking about a very tight game, at times very scrappy. A lot of yellows have been passed around, a lot of fouls have occurred. But the end result is Tigers are 2-1 up against Croatia with 10 players. And the reason we're all here as well, Sam, this is all in support of the Josh for Hearts organization, which promotes awareness and testing of cardiac issues in players after the tragic passing of a 14-year-old Josh. We'll be thinking of him, of course, but excellent what his family's done, turning a tragedy into a charity and making sure that no one else has to experience what they had to.
Yeah, very good cause. The game, it's nearly finished here. Pulling towards Whittier, away by Ryan Keir. Lovely back heel from James. What an assist this will be if Yardridge can latch onto it. He's lost his footing in the end.
Oh, that's another yellow. Who's
that
for?
Yellow out for Aidan Milicevic. What a flick from James. Cards have been flowing freely in this game. And this is a big opportunity again for Croatia. James hasn't really been able to execute the free kicks. Is this a chance to bring Croatia level with just around 5 minutes to go?
You could argue he's lucky not to get away with a red there. That was a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but there were two defenders. You can't let the discipline go, especially in the dying minutes. But what a flick on by James, and what an opportunity created. One goal down, 10 minutes to go. That's the kind of play you want to see.
Thomas James standing over this one. Tigers have a 2-1 lead. They have a man advantage. Croatia very unlikely to get anything from this game. Can James change that deflection? Finds the grateful arms of William Lejeune.
Lejeune has been phenomenal today. A big reason for only one goal being conceded.
Yeah, he's had a really good game. Very confident in the net. Ryan Keir looking for Marko Jadric, who took it well. Marko Jadric! Big challenge again from Southam. Lovely tape from Marko Jadric. But met again by the Tigers defender. Now Nicky Jadric. Pass was too shallow. Away by Milicevic. Lasse Ulrich. Back it goes to John Peltorgi.
You can see the fatigue showing a little bit. The Croatia players just a little slow to get back on side, particularly James, who seems to be everyone in the field at all times. You want him to lift. Does he have it in him?
Yeah, it's just lingering over on this far left-hand side. It's only really him and Marko Jadric who are providing any attacking efforts. Steinacker collides, but finds Owusu. Milicevic making the run at Owusu, can't get him the ball. They're working hard to force Palic out of play. Win his side to throw. Good recovery from Owusu.
I've been talking up James a lot, but Jadric is an apt partner for him. We've seen a lot of opportunities happening from there, and you can see still ready to press, still ready to follow the ball, even this late in the game and a man down.
Wide it goes for Augustin Bangura. Riley Zuza is on the field, so that's a substitution for Croatia. Shannon Whitehead is in midfield. Milicevic linking up with Josh Milicevic, and that's wide, and that could have sealed it. The two brothers linking up.
You got to wonder at the number of times they did that kind of play in the backyard, imagining themselves in a game like this, in a situation like this, scoring. So close, so close.
Yeah, big opportunity. So there has been a change for Croatia. Riley Zuza is on at left fullback. Daniel Colbertaldo no longer on the field. Owusu comes out to Bangura, shot down by Keir immediately. Out he comes to Choi. Lovely skill from Unwu Choi. Looking for Owusu. Header won by Zuza. Keir cleared by Lasse Ulrich. Header won by Milutinovic. Away by Shashlia. Choi takes him to the byline. Choi, well defended by David Shashlia.
2.5 minutes to go in regulation. Croatia, admirable in defense, playing so well a player down. But all of this action is happening on their side of the field, and you know that they want to get back up to the other side, take it to pens, if not finish the game. We'll see how they go. They're putting 3 players up, which is very risky on a corner. I think or 4 players, I should say. They really are pushing for a goal to try and bring this game back.
Yeah, not many forward for Tigers either. Ada Milicevic given a clean run here, and that's not the type of finishing we've seen from him today.
Be careful, we might lose him to AFL with kicks like that.
Just to confirm those changes, Kopitar replaced by Marko Jadric. Michael Piccolo no longer on the field for Croatia, so Zuza in at left back, and Shandon Whitehead stepped into midfield alongside Nicky Jadric and Ryan Kia. Up it goes from Dorji. Header won by Whittier. Gives something for Owusu to chase. Gets there ahead of Ulrich and saw Jean-Paul Dorji off his line, and that's another one that goes over the fence from Tigers.
While Owusu did have the goal in the first half for Tigers, and he set off a lot of the events, he has felt like he's been stopped by Croatia's play. I think if you're taking things away from this game for the season, how do you enable Owusu to play his best? Because I don't think it's happened this game.
We've almost reached the 90-minute mark. How much time will be added on? Jason Grinic looks ready to come on for Croatia.
Good play there by Choi.
Who will he place? Looks like Nicky Jadric is coming on. Grinic joins us on the field. He will replace where Jadric was in that midfield. So will that change maybe bring about a late goal? Not much time left for the team chasing. Owusu also has been replaced by Jack Bitani.
I think it's too tight a game to say that sub was to give minutes to Bitani. Ali's probably hoping to give a little bit of spark just to end things. Choi seems like he has an inexhaustible battery for runs, so giving him a central player who's got a fresh legs would be excellent.
It does. So not a bad ball by Palic. Comes out now to Riley Souza.
Great play from Southam. Rock solid all game.
Lovely turn by Josh Milicevic. Looks to release Eunwoo Choi, who can take on Ryan Kia. His effort is deflected. That will be a corner for Tigers. So not a bad result in the end. Good one to tick down the clock a little bit for the reigning grand final winners. And will really have their sights on winning the league this season, the way they've recruited.
They seem to, I don't want to say have gotten stronger, but from the grand final to today, it's hard to see any real weaknesses in this Tigers squad. No, they haven't piled on the goals on a team down to 10 players, but Croatia has been playing so well defensively, bringing it to the Tigers players who still have managed to get goals in and shots in, and it really feels like it's tipping in Tigers' favor.
Short corner being played. Milicevic's ball in, doesn't find anyone, and that's a miscue from Palic. Ada Milicevic. Bitani. Kia looking to release. Shandon Whitehead and Milutinovic had to get that right and did. I don't think the ball went out of play in the end. Whitehead with the throw, shaping up for a long throw.
All the Croatia players are up. They really want this goal.
Kia contesting. Ulrich. Wide it comes to Riley Souza. His cross headed away by Milutinovic. Needed a bit more height on it. Back it comes to Palic, who's going to launch it. That's what Croatia need now. Not many minutes left. Southam. Bitani with the back heel to control it. Look how many numbers forward in space Tigers have. Pawiak closed down by Grinic. Free kick given the way of Tigers. Pawiak did well to get his body between the ball and Grinic. Whittier is just going to play it long with Nearly played 3 minutes, added on. Dorji launches it high, can't find a teammate. Header won by Ada Milicevic. Back it goes. Jean-Paul Dorji, that's better. Not a bad release actually to find James, who goes down. No free kick given. Throw goes the way of Croatia though. Kia stumbles onto the ball. Ugrinic, it's away by Ada Milicevic. How much time is left? James plays the throw to Kia. Tigers have switched off and Kia, out of play, goes off Milicevic. That'll be a Croatia corner.
Chaos and confusion. I think that at this stage of the game, that's what Croatia wants. They want to rattle them. Every Croatian player is inside the attacking third right now. They know that this is potentially the last play of the game. The last Hail Mary. Can James create some wonderful cross to be finished off? Quite a few players have looked dangerous and close to a goal.
Yeah, last chance potentially for Croatia. James's delivery is a good one, and it's held by William Lejeune. A pressure relieving claim from the Tigers, number 99. Still no whistle from the referee. Long it goes to Milicevic. Trying to take it past Zuzar. Heavy touch by James, and Southam was interested. It comes out to Bitani. Southam takes it on, cleared out to Pawiak with an effort. What a goal that would have been, and that is the full-time whistle. Tigers FC claim their first ever Charity Shield.
What a game.
What a game it was. It started the perfect way for Tigers. New signing David Owusu got them ahead 1-0 in the second half. 10 men Croatia hit back. With the goal from Ryan Keir, their captain,
men's charity shield. Canberra Croatia 1, Tigers 2.
got sent off, and it finished with Tigers FC taking a 2-1 lead. Their captain Sam Whittier getting them over the line. Croatia had plenty of chances, played very well for a team with 10 men in this second half, but it's Tigers FC who have won here today. What a game, Sam.
Honestly, that half felt so close given that a team was down a player for the entire time. And the fight happened right up until the very last whistle. Credit to every player. At the end of the day, it's about putting on a great show for a great charity. And you have to argue that that's happened today. It'd be difficult to disagree.
It has with both matches. What a way to end off, or to kick off the season, really, with this game. So full times here. The Charity Shield supporting the Josh Forharts Foundation, a really good cause, as we've discussed. The full-time score is Canberra Croatia 1, Tigers FC 2.